Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's astrologer Eric Rosen for Viking Rising Astrology. This is your Wednesday, November 29th horoscope for 2023. Thanks so much for being here. If you want to get, of course, a private astrology reading or a couples reading, you can pop into that link in that bio and you can schedule that there, and look forward to seeing who would like to connect on that. But let's connect today on your all signs horoscope. This is for everyone. This is for the collective. This is how astrology impacts all of us. Yes, we've got that sun in Sag, we've got Mars there. Yes, there's a tenacity there. Yes, of course, there's wanting to expand into, more of the horizons that we know that we haven't explored yet. But I think it's remembering that the horizons don't have to be so far outside of ourselves externally, that it can be probing into the subconscious understanding of our experiences, taking new approaches to life, seeing where we can slow our thinking process down, to not put ourselves too far out at sea and getting confused and lost in our patterns and, trying to fix things when things feel like they're not working. This is definitely the day with that moon in Cancer to slow the F down. I've been preparing everyone and myself for this for a few weeks now of, stepping into the end of this fall season, going into the winter, and how this astrology, I see it showing up is, doing more by doing less, by aligning to the faculties, the senses, with Venus meeting with that South Node in Libra today. It's like, if you're feeling like you're at a tipping point where you're going too far to the edge of the seesaw in one area of life, or things feel like they haven't been working and you feel like you kind of just want to exit it and go to like a higher spiritual level and kind of get away from the physical reality, this is where I would call a timeout on that and actually see, where can you blend all parts? Where can we see that it doesn't have to just be one thing or the other? I think this full moon in Gemini energy that's lasting over this next 28-day cycle until the next full moon, which of course will be in Cancer, is going to deal with us seeing where, it doesn't have to be so one-sided, where we're just in the reality and just working, or we're just in the spiritual, in meditation land. This is where we can blend both parts, where we can blend the light and the shadow. And I think it's days like today that we can slow our roll, that we can kind of coast down to the bottom of the ski slopes, do the things that feel nourishing, back to the basics, moon in Cancer, nourish your home, your family life, do some cleaning if you need to, nourish your relationships. This is where, it's the opposite of Capricorn, of the career life. And so when it comes to your, work and your career, it's seeing where can you just at least make sure that you're not pushing too hard and that you're sustaining and you're really dropping in and really mothering yourself, essentially, to make sure that the self-care component is on point. And that self-care, can look like going and expanding and going into a new fun thing in life, or something that you've been calculating for a while now. But it's also still paying attention. How's that central nervous system feeling? How's your mind feeling? How are you showing up? Do you feel like you're using going into those areas as a way to break out of old neural patterns that, used to try to hold us down in the matrix, and not see that we have the freedom of choice to go into these areas? But, it brings up consequence with the free will choices, right? Like, we can go out and we can push ourselves to the brink and go, all out and ignore our emotions and ignore the self-care. But is there really free will in that? Because there's kind of like a ricochet effect, and it's hard to understand because of the quantum mechanics of the universe, like where that's going to show up in our life later on. And it can drive us crazy because we're never going to really, I think, with this energy, be able to understand the full cause and effect of things. That this is more about looking deep within. If I had to go to like the most basic level today, it's like, just go with your intuition, go with your guide. Like, you have that power to really tap into that frequency that's available to you, connected to the earth, connected to the cosmos, that transcends all the programming from our past, how we got here, where we think we're going, where we want to go, just fears in the world, uncertainties, doubts, even, the excitement of like winning a little game, so to speak, of like, a little triumph moment of overcoming a pattern, even those things. And of course, yeah, celebrate those things, but it's also about seeing that the reminder that this is a call to mastery year. This is what 2024 has really been about, and will continue to be about. It's already getting ahead here. We're in 2023 still, but like 2023 has been that year, and 2024 will be as well. Dealing with mastery, personal mastery, that it's not really so much about taking plays off, and we have to start to define what that looks like. Taking a break, doesn't mean that we just pull out and escape from our everyday, reality and going to a new horizon. If anything, it's tuning into our spiritual antenna to see how we can expand and go further. And that's going to look based upon the spiritual flow of what area you're getting pulled to addressing in your life. And this is where we can transcend, I think, subconscious patterns of overwhelm, where we feel like we got so much to do. People have families, relationships, jobs, careers, health situations, hobbies. There's just so much, right? And it's not about us trying to be the human that, dies on the hill of our values, that says, well, I have to calculate and be at this value level in my life in order to feel balance and harmony. And oh no, it's the holidays and I'm, got so much to do. It's like, it's none of that. It's really not. This is where it's seeing that you can seed a new level of consciousness during times like this, and tune your spiritual antenna to the divine, to God, and say, okay, like where are we going? This is skipping chapters in Aladdin and going from, the energy of the hustle and running around for a loaf of bread energy that consequently can feel that way sometimes when we're too busy and got too much going on, and skip straight to the magic carpet ride and be the sultan of your life, be the boss of your life, be the leader, be, the prince or the princess that ushers in a new profound reality where you can actually find beauty through everything in your life, that comes down to the simplicities of just seeing, as I've got, family laughing in the background there, that it's like, it is the joy, it is the ecstasy, it is the divine flow of things, and the things showing up in life as opposed to the actual accomplishment itself. It's remembering it all comes back to the happiness, the emotional fulfillment of things, and the thread's always going to be in the present moment of what our intuition is showing us. So pay attention to that on days like today and even into tomorrow. So if you guys want to get on your own private astrology reading, couples reading, or even a business reading, I didn't mention that earlier, click on that link down below, either in the comment section or bio, depending on where you're watching this, and I'll see you there. If not, I will see you tomorrow's horoscope. Peace.